In this last video, I'm going to use a little bit different angle than I would from the normal. Um, and I know there may be someone that I know that doesn't like this issue, but I'm just gonna want to come from a different angle. I like to invite certain people. I'll invite them later to make um. I would main thing I want to talk about, I think, is the freedom of choice. I'm not even gonna say whether abortion is wrong or right in this in some circumstances, but I would like to go from their side, their point of view, maybe. Freedom of choice. Is it really a choice? That's my question. Um, my mom, when she worked in the hospital, as a nurse, she worked in the hospital, as a nurse. I think in the 70s, she heard a conversation with some nurses from the part of the hospital that does abortions. Said, we have to re-talk everybody into having an abortion. This was like 100%. One of my aunts went into a Planned Parent, no, abortion clinic, thinking it was a um, a pregnancy center, and it was talked about. It was for they tried to force her to have an abortion. Now, first glance, abortion does seem compassionate. It seems as if people that are pushing it really care. As if people that are pushing it really care. And it may even seem fair. But like these examples, and they're not isolated examples, I've heard of many women being forced to have an abortion. We don't have a choice. And it's portrayed as the only choice a lot of times, which isn't really a choice. Um, so what is it exactly we have the freedom of doing? Women are told you'll be alone. You'll have to do it yourself. You'll have to take care of the baby yourself. Instead of we will support you through no matter what you decide. They're isolated. Even the church are isolated. They're often not given their options. Options of what? Um, they're oppressed by doctors, nurses, family, friends, etc. Um, they and that happens. The doctors they go into an appointment. The doctor suggests as the best alternative to kill the baby. I shouldn't say that. I didn't want to say that, but that's okay. Um, they are not told the baby's alive. Sometimes it would be different if they knew the baby was alive. So they're not really given the information to make the choice. Shouldn't they be given the information to make the choice? If there is a reason for abortion, which um, they're they're not even given a chance to They're not. And what about the other choices? Choice of adoption or the choice of a family to adopt a new baby? That's another choice that may be considered. They're given the option for another person to have that choice. The choice to have a family, the choice of having the choice of having their family take care of the baby, or there's many choices that would work. But what choice, if they aren't given a choice, then how are they supposed to make a decision? And the baby is ripped up or burned up, and that you think that hurts the baby, just the baby, which it does cause pain to the baby. No, it often causes infection in the mother. The choice of the mother to have her insides burnt or get an infection because a loose piece of the baby got into the wrong place and didn't come out like it should. Maybe they need a choice to keep the baby. The choice of, yeah, they said that the choice to keep the baby, and they were told that the baby is a thing, it's not a life. And the, what if in and other our birth rate is actually lower than what it needs for growth. In other countries, and there are other countries where they pay people to have children. And why I'm going to say this is that what if mothers were told instead of it's a burden, you're going to have to do it alone or whatever? What if they were told something different? What if they were told it's a gift? It's valuable. Now, which comes to my next section, my last section, is worth. That's my first thought, is the child has worth. And the mother has worth, has value to be able to have a baby. She is worth having this baby, and the baby is worth a lot. It's like a treasure, a natural resource. Children are a natural resource, and there are not enough of them. There aren't. No, this world needs more children. For our sanity, it needs more children. And yes, I did say that. And um and um they're they're beautiful. If they were shown as treasures, as a resource, as uh, then I think more people would keep babies because instead of them seen as a burden or something you have to deal with, they're seen as something as a gift, as a gift. And I think that helps. And the mother is she if she was told that she's worth having a baby, though she's worth giving life, that she's worth having a taking care of it, that she's worth having love and being loving and being loved, that she's worth this. Yes, even a 12-year-old that was raped by an uncle or a brother or a father. No, yes, it's wrong. Of course it's wrong. It's disgusting. But she's worth it. She's worth it. She's is she not worth the most valuable gift there is? Yes, she's too young, but she's still worth it, isn't she? Or is she not worth it because she's too young? She's worth it. She's worth a lot. The baby's worth a lot. If mothers understood, I think we're told, you're worth a lot. And the baby's worth a lot. I'm not even going to whether his abortion is wrong or not. And last, his value and could impact the world. Now, the last section I went to is you want to talk about fairness, being fair. Well, I'll talk about it being fair. There are children that are starving to death in this world. No one gives them a choice to be killed. There are people in jail, in prison, sitting there for years, for years. No one gives them a choice to die. There are people with diseases that can't be cured, in pain, agony, physical, not physical, but mental and emotional, even spiritual. No gives them that choice. I'm not given the choice to die. And yes, it's unfair. Yes, it is unfair. There are people that are older people that are laying in their bed dying for a long time. Can't move, can't talk, can't think. No one gives them a choice. Sometimes they're given a choice if they have terminal illness and have 3 months to live. But it takes a long time, it's hard. No one gives the cancer patient a choice that's in pain for years. No one gives them the Parkinson's patient or the Alzheimer's patient. No one gives a choice to children that are abused in every single way there is imaginable. And they will turn out bad. Everybody knows they're going to be a burden to society, that they're going to be in jail. Everybody knows that. And no one has a choice to kill them. You know, do you guys really believe? Who do you know anybody that really believes in the freedom of choice in the way they say can choose to kill a child that's unborn, but they cannot choose to kill someone else? Cannot choose to kill a 6-year-old that's sick, that's autistic, that's or that's crippled, or that has cancer, or that's abused, or is starving. It's not even about what the how you're gonna say, well, those people have value. Well, doesn't that aren't they have value when they're before they're born? You mean to tell me that a 6-year-old autistic child has more value than a child without a disability or with a disability or anything? A child that's not born yet? Why? Why do they have more value? Why are they have more value? Why are they? Why is there a different category of choices? Why? because the mother has to carry him in the womb 9 months. I understand the part. And I'm not even going to say right on this one whether maybe there is a time for abortion. I'm just saying it's not necessarily a choice. It's not necessarily. Maybe we need to think about it differently. And if we thought about it differently, then if by a rare chance we could come up with a reason, there wouldn't be very many. There wouldn't be very many. Maybe we should same guidelines to a child that's 5 months after conception, 5 weeks, that's, 5 months after conception. There's a child that's 5 years after birth. Some people are burdened by them. Why? Lots of reasons. And sometimes it's that we don't put enough out. It's the value we put on them. A lot of times the unborn children aren't given value. And the children that are unborn are given more value. They're not more valuable. They're not. They're not less valuable. And no, I don't think a child should be killed because they have autism. I've known children with autism that are very special, have a lot of value. And I know it, and I see it. I can see it. I can see it in their. I witness it. I'm a witness of these children. And I don't think there is even 1%, 1% of whatever that they should be killed. And maybe if the mother was told of a child that was from rape, it was a gift that is special, that they're worth having this child. It's not the father of the child that gave him worth. It's God that gave him worth. And sometimes I've heard it can be healing for the mother to have this baby. Maybe we should tell people the whole story instead of just part of it and say, this is the only way out. And one more thing I need to say about this. The father a lot of times wants the women to feel guilty, that they are partly to blame. They're blamed for this baby. And the mother feels that way too. She is to blame. She feels guilt. Guilt. Should she feel guilt because she was raped? Should or incest? Should a child feel guilt because they were raped by a family member? Is it their fault? Are you going to tell them that it's their fault and they can fix their sin by killing their baby? That's mean. I think we need to tell them that they're being rewarded for the sin that somebody sinned against them. Wouldn't that make more sense? Really? The girl shouldn't feel guilt, shouldn't feel shame, and we should tell her that. Shame is not supposed to be here. It's not relevant here. You have no reason to be ashamed. It's not your fault. Why would they feel ashamed unless they're saying it's their fault? It's not their fault. They shouldn't feel ashamed. Why are we putting shame on them? Why are we allowing them to feel shame? They shouldn't feel shame. Maybe you told the woman that they don't need to feel ashamed. They're being rewarded, that they don't need to feel guilt, that this child is their child. Maybe, just maybe, they would make a different decision. Then you know what? If they really want to get back at this guy, I think they should have the baby. Because if the guy ever would see that child or know where it came from, then they would know that what their sin did. And in some cases, when appropriate, that the father should have to pay their whole lives for this child, even after the child gets older. He should have to pay every month. That's where the guilt needs to be. That's where the shame. And yes, well, that's a different subject. But sometimes, if a man can be forgiven, there can be true restitution. And both of them can look at that child and be proud of the gift God has given them. What do you think? Not about whether abortion is wrong or right. What do you think about what is being said? Mainly, I think it's mainly the choice. Is it really a choice? Who's choosing? Who makes this choice? God bless you. "22 minutes? Oh my goodness.